And
No? Hi, everybody. This is Beth McCullough. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa in the United States, and I am here Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and noon on Wednesday Central with my sweet husband, Steve.
hi, everybody.
And I blog at stampingmom.com. This is the fun card we're going to make today, but a variation of it. When I was on last night, some people were excited about making this. Super easy fun fold, and you can make so many things out of it. Well, people are getting on. I'm going to show you quickly what we made last night. We did slimline cards, and this was a fun card. It's the black glimmer paper from the Halloween suite, and then the playful alphabet. These hearts are popped up, and it has the pattern party pattern DSP. And then we made an envelope at the last minute to go with it. So super cute and fun to get this in the mail. How's everyone doing today? Who's on today,
Karen
Steve?
Finkel's on, Bev is on, and I just want to point out that I helped MacGyver the envelope at the very last minute.
He did. He was a lifesaver. Karen Finkel, I think you were a festive Friday fave. I don't know if you've been notified yet, or if I should say that, but I think you were one of the winners this week. Everyone who makes cards or 3D gift items should go to festivefriday.com. I am one of the designers and one of the original people who started Festive Friday, and we have a new challenge every other Friday. So this Friday there'll be a new challenge, and it's fun to enter. You can enter up to 3 times, and I enter lots of challenges, and sometimes you get picked and sometimes you don't, and it's no big deal. It's just super fun to play.
Karen's upline did tell her that she won. So
Yay.
And we have Aniki, I believe is how you pronounce it, from the Netherlands.
Oh, well, I bet you're a friend of Leonie. So
if you would please, in the chat, help me pronounce your name. I would really appreciate it.
So this card, like I said, is super easy. We're going to make a variation, and I actually need your help. And I'm going to show you a card I made last year too. So the basics of it is this. You need just a normal card, whatever your normal. I know in the Netherlands it's different, but here for the A2 cards, a normal card is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. That is what this rich raspberry piece is. And then the mossy meadow piece inside on this one is 5 inches by 7 3/4, scored at 2 and 4. So this is the basic card measurements. Can you see that on the screen?
Yep.
And then from there, you just make it your own. So I'm going to show you the card I made last year. It was with we made a snowman and put a snowflake on his nose. And what I did with this one is it's the same thing. What color would this be, honey? Highland Heather is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And inside this layer is a little bigger than the mossy meadow layer. This one was 5 1/4 by 8. It's 1/4 of an inch smaller. This one is 1/2 an inch smaller. Again, it's creative license. Make it the way you want. Another thing that's different is this card has a layer of DSP on the front, and it opens the traditional way. It also, the layer that you see inside to right, I have that showing, and I have 3 layers. This is all with the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So these are the only dies you need to make this card. But here I used the white layer is the biggest, the snowflake layer is second, and then this balmy blue layer is the third largest.
So what is the blue color?
Balmy blue.
Balmy
blue. This is last year's snowflake paper. I made this last year. And then I really liked it, so I got it out this year. And I looked at this and made this. So I cased myself, but would you ever know this was the same card? And then this card opens the opposite way. it was an accident. That happens, right? On this one, I used the cork paper. The cork paper is beautiful. Let me show you that.
While you're getting it, let me just say it's Inaka, which means I was nowhere close to pronouncing it correctly.
Oh, well, we're glad you're here. We love having friends to chat with and make cards with. Steve actually makes cards too now, which is new, right, honey?
You're right.
So this cork is kind of flimsy. So on this layer, I did add it to cardstock. And let me tell you the rest about this card. And then I hope you'll help me figure out what to do. Or if you'd like to make it along with us, just take 2 pieces of cardstock and cut them the way I said. And then you can decorate it however you want. This flower is from Nature's Harvest. It's a beautiful cone flower. This card was on my blog Monday, and I explained we went up to Jane's in Ames, our high school friend, saw her beautiful garden, and she had lots of cone flowers. So I came home and planted cone flowers.
And a tremendous amount of gardening knowledge.
Yeah.
It was just astounding.
Yeah. So then a few weeks after we went up there, she sent me seeds in the mail from her garden. So it told me I had to wait till next spring. So I can't wait to plant all the seeds she sent me. But anyway, this one was colored with blends. I used 3 colors, light and dark, of Mossy Meadow, Cinnamon Cider, and Rich Razzleberry. And if you can see on these tops are Cinnamon Cider, I kind of went around the edges and on the lines with the dark Rich Razzleberry and then filled in with the light. And then I don't know if you can tell, but all the leaves, I made them like in nature. It's not a solid green. It's kind of a variant. So my stems are kind of light and dark mixed. And then I use this lace that's also in the annual catalog. And these embellishments are from the mini catalog. So again, this just opens. Oh, I'm trying so hard to go up this way and I have to go further. Sorry.
We're going to make a little camera adjustment. We just need to be a little bit higher, honey.
Yeah. Okay. How's that?
Much better.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. And Francis Christman is on today. And Francis, if you could comment, let us know where you're from.
Thank you for joining us. And then the thank you inside is also from the Nature's Harvest set. So I was sitting here pondering before we got on, how could I make this cardigan with you but make it different? So I started the same way with my normal card side, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I put a piece of this paper. This is a beautiful, beautiful paper that is in the mini catalog. It wasn't available when I did the shares. So if you got a product share from me, it wasn't in there. But so I have a whole pack to myself. Normally I just have 1/4 of a pack like everyone else. So I ran through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the largest Stitch So Sweetly. And I just put a piece of washi tape on here. And I actually ran it through. I thought originally I was going to use this side. So I put it on here and ran it through the machine like this. So I have a frame and then this part is gone. So that's what I did first. Then I got it out and started looking at it and thought, isn't this pretty? Look at this, Steve. Can you see the gold?
This is the classic. Beth loves both sides of this paper, and that creates indecision.
Yeah. So I was going to have the card open the traditional way, but because I ran the DSP through thinking I wanted it this way, it's also going to open this way because we're going to put the owls on here. But isn't that cute? So the original card had the front flap with the time-worn type embossing folder. Super pretty. I love this one. But I think this card should have this DSP, also super pretty. So I'm going to glue it on. Am I on camera, sweetie?
Yes, you're doing great.
Okay.
Joe Peterson is on today, too.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. So last night, Steve and I got into a bit of a. I bought him stuff at IKEA and he couldn't remember what I bought him. And it was like the day before. So Bev asked me in the comments if when Steve went swimming last night, what happened to his chocolate? Did you look, Steve?
I didn't, but I'm very trusting.
You're very trusting.
Yeah.
Okay, your chocolate isn't where it was anymore.
Oh, that'll teach me.
And I hadn't tasted the IKEA dark chocolate.
Neither have I, by the way.
Let me tell you, it was yummy.
I was saving that for a special occasion.
What was the special? I saved it for a special occasion too. When you were out of the house, and you didn't,
unable to defend myself.
You didn't remember that I gave it to you.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
But
so what you're saying is, the moment you handed it to me, I should have sat down and opened it up. This is an important lesson for the future.
Well,
that's what I wanted to do. I thought I was actually being good by not doing that. But next time I'm just going for it.
You're gonna go for it right away.
I am.
Okay. Well, you didn't ask, but the good news is I didn't eat it all. I only ate a couple little squares.
But if I don't know where it is, that doesn't help me.
And then I put it in my hiding place for chocolate. So, okay. So does this show up on camera? I wasn't sure.
When you tilt it, you can see the shine.
Okay. I wasn't sure, but there's so much gold foil in this paper. And the cork is just cool. I've never made a card with cork before. So what do you think of that? Is this a yay or a nay? I just stamped the image with Versamark and heated it with gold.
I'm coming over to see what it looks like. If you were just going to hand me the card, and it wasn't in the light. I think that's beautiful. It is a little bit hard to see the sunflowers.
Should I go for it? What do you guys think?
I think you should go for it.
Okay.
Jill says never leave chocolate unguarded, and I agree. I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, too bad. A day late and $1 short for Steve. But no, I didn't eat it all. But I did. Bev suggested. You thought Bev was your agent, but she might have been.
Looks out for both of us.
She might have been cheering for me on the chocolate.
Chris is saying yes. Go for the embossed version.
Oh, you like it, Chris? Okay. So another thing with this card is with these basic measurements, use whatever set, whatever paper, emboss things, or put DSP or make it however. So here's my next question. I wasn't sure what color on this one. I put Mossy Meadow and then Very Vanilla inside. Oh, another thing I wanted to tell you. Originally, I cut this piece to put inside. But if you do that, you have to be very careful with the placement. So I didn't want it to show. So then I ran the second biggest piece through. What you doing, hon?
I'm looking at this because we had some more suggestions. This really is cork, isn't it?
He's taking over the show. Could I finish what I was saying?
Yes, sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. So my suggestion, if you don't want the paper to show, is use the second biggest of the Stitch So Sweetly underneath. Then it's very easy. Or on here, I wanted it to show this white layer is the sentiment layer, and then it's okay. But
so
Inika
is suggesting that is there any way to add some color to?
Have you guys colored on the cork? That would be a thing. And let me ask another thing so you can answer it while I'm trying to color on the cork. Okay, so with your second piece that's 5 inches by 7 3/4, and I scored it at 2 4. And I ran just this edge through the Time Worn Type embossing folder. And for this, you just literally center the back of this on this side. Well, I guess that's my question. Is it okay that it's vanilla? So then it would have this on here that would show. And when it opens up, it would be like this. And maybe it would be better if this was colored on there.
I think that looks fine.
Do you guys think it looks fine? On my other one, I have the green inside. So I'm not going to glue the green down, and I'll start coloring the flowers This is where you come in, Steve.
Well, see, this is what we do. See, when you guys make suggestions and call an audible.
And it's not at all stressful for me at all.
Okay.
Okay, I'm kidding.
Inika says she has used the blends very carefully on the cork.
Okay. Well, I am glad you're here today because, where are my glasses? Here they are. Because I need to wear my glasses to color.
And hello to Mary Ellen and Bridget, too, while we're at it.
Oh, I'm glad you guys are here. We missed you last night. So I'm very carefully coloring. I do like gold embossing where you kind of watercolor inside.
So wow. Ruby says she has trouble seeing the flower and she says she's too old. But I just want to guarantee her that it's not because she's old, that it's very subtle.
It is. It is very subtle. Ruby, we were just at our Ruby's this weekend. Our Ruby is Steve's mom. And she was excited to see us. But was she happier to see you, honey, or our puppies?
I was just going to say, let's be honest. She was happy to see the puppies. She loves it when we take our dogs. She loves holding them and petting them. And I mean, let's face it, who doesn't, right? It's not that she doesn't enjoy holding and hugging us too, but I did win her over.
Yeah, you did. You did win her over.
Because she's always loved it when I rub her neck. She always has very tight shoulders and neck.
Okay, to be clear, I love it when he rubs my neck
she
too.
Asked me if I would do that. And okay, then she was kind of putty in my hand. So there you go. Literally. Oh, I love that on the leaves.
And maybe you're putty in my hand when you rub my neck, honey.
That would be your putty in my hands. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Whatever. There was putty happening when Steve was sweet with his mom. So, can you see this coloring on the camera? Am I in the right place?
I think it's really improving at that, and it makes the gold lines pop out.
Okay, so this isn't going to be perfectly, but we all know with card making, it's not an exact science, right?
Susan Baranek agrees that we need the image to pop.
Yeah. So maybe I should have done it on vanilla. The cork was just fun, and I was trying to figure out how to make the card again using the cork, but doing something different. Which is kind of scary when Steve came in and said, "Oh, it's time to go live." And I'm like, "Oh, I haven't decided how this should be."
Okay. Beth thinks that's stressful, but in all actuality, her best creativity comes when she's got just a little bit of frantic going on.
Okay. Let's be honest. My best creativity happens when I ask you guys what I should do and then do what you tell me to.
So Mary Ellen says that you can put embossing powder on the cork too, which we know because you
I did. I put embossing powder on here to do the gold. That's how I got the gold on here. Is I did Versamark and gold embossing powder.
Jill asked how thick the cork is. It seems like it's pretty thin.
Yeah, it is thinner than cardstock. So to do something like this, I put cardstock on the back. I just used the cardstock that I cut out of the front and I glued the cork to it. And I did the same thing here just because, and you could use I just used the one that I cut out with. So, but yeah, I think it's too thin to do this type of thing where part of it is not glued on. That's the other thing with this card. When you go to glue it on, remember, just the left part is attached. The right part is free flowing. So what else do people have going on as I try to get this colored?
Frances responded that she's from Missouri.
Hello, I'm glad.
And then
glad you could join us. We literally plan our schedule around these. So we are here every Wednesday at noon and every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. It's all Central Time. But we would love it if you would come back and join us again.
Okay, and this is really interesting.
Someone giving you more ideas? See, Steve
Well,
can
just
see the comments and I
pointing things
can't.
out to me. Hold on a second.
Okay, what are you learning, Steve?
I'm learning that these are owls on this paper. I didn't know. Karen is the one
Oh.
who pointed out these
yeah.
are actually owls on this paper.
Right.
And they've just got their wings completely expanded, and that's not usually how you see owls.
Yeah, it's super pretty. I do not have the stamp set to go with this because wouldn't that be pretty to have the border that we have and then have the owl in the center on something? But I don't own that stamp. Are you happy, honey? There is a stamp set that I don't own. Could we write this down?
I bet one of your team members owns it, though, and it could go in the stamp exchange.
Yes. I think, I'm trying to think. Maybe Marceline. Is Marceline on today?
I haven't seen Marceline yet.
Marceline, where are you? I think she owns it. Is this taking me too long to color?
Mary Ellen is asking whether you heated the back side or the front side. And I think it was the front side of the cork that you heated, just like normal.
I did it just like I would have embossed on cardstock. I didn't know what I was doing or how it would turn out, but I think it's pretty. Can you see it? Am I in the right place to show it up close?
Yeah. It's really popping now. I like it. It's still subtle, but it makes it stick out a bit more.
So I could go back later. It's hard to crawl under the camera and try to color. So did you get the question answered? Should that just be on cream colored?
Yeah, there were a couple of comments that said the cream was fine.
The cream is fine. So what do you think of it with the frame around it?
I like it with the frame.
Okay.
But let's see what other folks say.
What are we going to do with it if they don't like it?
We're going to make another version of the
card. Of course we are.
Not now, but I mean, we can make another, and we can post it.
Should I go ahead and put this on the vanilla?
I think so.
Okay. So this, I just ran this edge through with the time-worn trim. This is my favorite embossing folder in the Fall Mini. Time-worn, I call it time-worn trim. The name is time-worn type. It's $156,505, $10. I have gotten my money's worth out of it already. Okay, so I'm going to put glue around the edges of this. I'm participating in a World Card Making Day that's free. If you would like me, a gal in Canada is organizing it. And I'll have a video on there, and lots of other demos have a video on there, but it's free. If you would like to be invited to that free videos, I think a video every hour, if she got 24 people, to celebrate World Card Making Day, let me know, and I will send you, it's an event through Facebook, so I would send you an invite. And I would either need to be Facebook friends with you or maybe I can send you the link of the event. Okay, now to get this in the right place, what I'm going to do is I have my 2 inches and 4 inches folded over. I'm literally going to glue it through here because I want this to be perfectly placed on the front. And the glue, to know where the glue goes, it's just going to go. I have this flattened down and I don't want a ton of glue because I don't want it to seep out of the edges, but I'm going to put it right here because this is the only place glue goes, and then I can't put it in the wrong place. Don't you love that, honey? When it's like,
it's called a fail safe.
A fail safe. Yeah, we need that sometimes.
So I would have still been able to put the cork upside down, but because if there's a way to mess it up, I can find it.
Well, the owls are right side up, and I'm just going to fit it in because I did cut the front of the cardstock and the DSP together. Okay. Glue.
So Karen is suggesting that if you're looking for an owl, there's one in the I can't say it. Ephemera?
Oh, the pack?
The ephemera pack.
I wonder if I own that. I don't know if I do. I'll have to go back and look. Do you guys mark in your catalog? I mark every single thing I buy. And I've been a demo since 2003, and I have rarely ever rebought something I already owned. Yay, points, right, honey?
Yeah. There's
But
something that we don't own.
yeah. No. I mean, some people buy two of things because they forgot they own it.
Oh.
So
You're saying you haven't done that?
I might have done it, but I don't do it a lot because I'm very careful about writing. So what do you guys think? And then we could stamp. I usually stamp before I glue it in, which I didn't in this case. But we could use the rich raspberry. What do we want this one to say?
So Bev says it's stunningly beautiful and no MacGyvering was necessary. Hey, we're not done yet. There may still be some MacGyvering.
Yeah, we might have to. What do you want this one to say? Sending healing thoughts. May nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. A reminder to never forget how much you mean to me and so many others, or good luck. Or thank you.
I'm coming over to read. What does this coneflower say to you? With gold trim around it.
It says, well, nature's beauty, peace. We all need peace in our soul. I think I'm going to do that. Sending healing thoughts. And then, are we sending this to someone? Did you figure out the roulette? He's going to do a classroom roulette wheel.
I forgot to do that. I'm going to start downloading.
Stephen Wayne.
Right now, as we're talking, I'm going to pretend I did it.
You're going to pretend, but I don't know that you can put the names in that fast.
No, but I can do numbers, and we can assign folks numbers.
Is that how we're going to do it?
Well, what I do is I go by the order they came on, right? And so,
you know the order everyone came on?
Well, I can go back through the comments and see who commented in what order, and that just assigns them a number. And since it's a random selection of the number, then it's still a random selection.
Does anyone understand what Steve just said?
I said it really fast, which makes it sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Okay. I'm going to put this in here, and if it messes up, I'll just put another layer on top of it. It'll be okay, right? Hey, it's not too bad. It's kind of a antique-y sort of font anyway. So here we have it. Our right opening. We have the DSP on this layer. And on this layer, we have the embossing folder. I do not have ribbon on here yet. That'll help to put ribbon on. I like this one better, though. Do you? Number 1 or number 2? And I'm not sure what ribbon. Do you want to chat, honey? And I'll look and see if we have ribbon.
I was just downloading my random number generator.
Oh, we're doing all the things.
Yeah, we're multitasking and doing a video.
Yeah. We've abandoned the video at this point.
Yeah, well, I need my Apple IP, and I don't have it. So
could you scoot over and chat?
Oh, you want me over here?
Yeah.
See, that just goes to show you when I'm distracted, I don't always get the clue. So,
Okay.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
Do you guys have a bow maker? This is my bow maker I bought somewhere along the way. And you put the pegs closer together if you want the bow to be smaller. And you make them wider. And it's super easy. You go around the back and you cross over. And then the crossed over piece goes underneath. And come back over the top. And then just tie your knot. This is my favorite way to make a bow. And the only bow I'd make with you watching. Okay. And then you just take it off the poles. And you what do you call that? Smush it, swish it. I have to get my ribbon scissors. I have to hide these from Steve.
Okay, so it was just one time. We needed to cut something, and I just grabbed some scissors. I had no idea that there were special ribbon scissors that should never be used for anything else.
I put ribbon on my scissors, and I have a whole basket of scissors back here. Everybody who comes in my stamp room grabs the ribbon scissors.
Okay, I was unaware.
You were unaware, but you know
of the
now.
Serious nature of misusing ribbon scissors. I do know now, and I appreciate it, and I'm sorry.
Anyone,
I'll never do it again.
Anyone who has, what do you think?
Barb said you're fluffing the bow.
I'm fluffing the bow. Is that Barb Kingsley?
Yep.
Barb, are you going to admit you used my ribbon scissors too?
Hey, Barb, we're in this together. Okay. And we both survived. So there is life after using the ribbon scissors.
But Barb also came over and made many beautiful projects that I appreciate. She's a wonderful friend. Okay. What do you think?
I like it, and I really like the ribbon because the ribbon has also got some gold in it, so it matches the embossing that's on there.
Right.
And that's something you may not actually lift it up toward the camera and then kind of tilt it back and forth a little bit so we can see this.
So there's gold in the DSP, gold embossing here, gold in the ribbon. And I'm going to put some of these gilded gems on because every card is cuter with embellishments.
Bev said that it's a sign that I'm an experienced employee that I now know to never use the ribbon scissors.
Exactly.
So, it's like a training thing.
Yeah. And he is very trainable, aren't you? It's only been 35 years. What about me? Am I trainable?
It's more of a hot stove sort of thing.
Hot stove?
Yeah, when you touch the hot stove, you never do it again.
Okay. Am I that mean?
No.
Okay.
No, you're
okay,
not.
So here we have it. Number 1 or 2, vote for which one you like. And if you share the video, you need to tell me you shared the video because some of you have your privacy settings down. Last night, I saw 6 people shared the video, but only 2 names came up and told me 2 people shared it. So the others that shared, I don't know who you are. So please actually leave a comment. I shared the video along with sharing the video. But that is what we have today. So we have last year's snowman card. And then we have the 2 different versions of Nature's Beauty. And this sure is fun, isn't it, honey?
It really is. I have a wheel now.
You have a wheel?
I have a wheel.
Okay.
My multitasking actually worked. So what about Blackberry Bliss ribbon?
Blackberry Bliss ribbon would have been great. Did someone suggest that?
Yes, as an addition, not a substitution.
Yeah, I looked and I don't see any Blackberry Bliss ribbon. You know what we could have done though? We could have taken this white, Whisper White, what's it called? I have to look for English. Crinkled seam binding. And then we could have used our blend from Rich Razzleberry or Blackberry Bliss. Did they want Blackberry Bliss? Mm-hmm. And we could have colored it. So you can literally just slide your... Is this on camera?
Yes.
You can slide... Look at that. It's like magic, honey. Like Are you impressed?
Oops.
It was magic until I said it was magic.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how the minute you said that, it's kind of like saying the field goal kicker's automatic.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty? So if you don't have, I didn't have Rich Razzleberry or Blackberry Bliss ribbon, but I could have made some and then let that dry because I'm probably going to get some on my hands. But that's another option. There's so many options. Stampin' Up, I love the color coordination. I love how easy it is to make different versions of the card. It's super fun and easy. I do have a host code. It's on my blog post. I should have it up here. And I forgot to do that. But I appreciate anyone who chooses to order from me. I would love to be your demonstrator if you're not a demonstrator. And if you are a demonstrator, we love having you come join us too. Do you have anything else, Steve?
Well, I'm wondering why you had me to the random number generator. We
were going to do last night's, but only 2 people did it tell me they shared. We were going to draw for last night's. It was Diana and Barb Kingsley is who they told me they shared, but the computer said 6 people shared last night.
So we don't know who the other 4 people are.
So I think you need to practice with should we show them this?
Yeah, it's just a little number.
And
wheel.
how do you do it? You spin like this.
Hit spin, and it's kind of got an animation on it, which is kind of cool. But in the case where you don't have 14, you just use the second digit, so it'd be 4.
Well, there's 14. You could go through from the people who commented today and who left the 14th comment.
Well, there you go. That's another way we could do it.
And then we could send one of these cards to you. It's Steve's job to send out the cards, right, honey?
Susanna Baranek.
Susanna, you won. So let us know. Do you want card number 1 or card number 2? And you guys are all awesome. Thanks for being here. Again, if you want to go to the free event on Facebook, let me know so I can get you an invitation. And I would love it if you would share the video and come back Tuesdays at 7 and Wednesdays at noon. We would also like to know what you want us to make. So leave a comment if you have ideas on what we could make next week or in the future. Have a blessed week, and thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
I always forget that I'm the one that's